to the adventure in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Read the clouds, let them pass. Know their ways by now. Winding paths lead the way. Trust that I know.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with our next guest, who I have to totally publicly apologize to because we were supposed to talk last week. And I'm in Costa Rica right now, and I got screwed up with the time zones.
Right.
I'm usually on Eastern time, but here it's Central time, and we're on like Tico time here. Which to explain that, Tico time means everybody takes their time, and there is no like time. And I came in like an hour late or something like that because of the time zone. So I'm going to publicly apologize to you guys right off the bat because I never do that. Almost 3,000 interviews. I think that's like only the second time I've ever done that crap, but must be too much surfing and monkeys. I don't know.
right. Yeah, we know that. We it sounds familiar, you know.
So
we'll be fine.
I brought you guys on because you guys have some badass new music coming out. I love it. And I don't interview bands if I don't like their music because I don't get press people that do that. Because how can you be like pumped and promote music that you don't like and sound real? But you guys are badass. So I'll formally welcome you to the show. So welcome, ILLUMISHADE. How are you?
Well, thanks for that. Great intro. It's nice to be here. Like your glasses, by the way.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, if you're in Costa Rica, you better wear your shades, right?
No doubt. And listen, I live in Florida most of the year. Like I live in Florida part of the year, and then I travel the rest of the year outside the U.S. to get away from all the crazies and when it's not festival season.
Right.
So during festival season, I'm going on tour doing coverage at radio festivals, at music festivals all over the U.S., UK, and Europe. But I mention this because in Florida, the sun is brutal. It's brutally hot. And I should be used to that. And the first couple days I was in Costa Rica, I was stupid, overdid it, went on like a 5-hour hike in the sun, and then went for surfing for 3 hours, and I got sun poisoning.
Sun poisoning even.
Ooh, that sounds rough.
Yes, was not fun.
Oh shit.
The sun is brutal here, but the sunsets are freaking amazing. You know, they're like, I've traveled all over the world. I don't know. I don't think I've seen a better sunset anywhere. But, you know, no better way to enjoy your new album, but sitting on the beach at the sunset with the earbuds in, listening to Another Side of You, which is coming out very soon now. So tell us a little bit about the album. We have the album cover behind me, which I love album art. Like, man, kids are missing out nowadays because album art's some of the coolest crap. And I love how it didn't even happen on purpose, but I'm purposely like in the middle with I have the wings. So I like that. So tell us about the album.
All right. All right. So first of all, thank you for having us as well from my side. And I love the background. Looks like you have 2 wings.
That's right.
Indeed. So Another Side of You. It's like a compilation of the songs that we wrote throughout the past 2-3 years, I would say. It started out with a few songs that we just wrote out in the blue, if you can say like that, without a vision of having an actual full-length album. And then by the end, when we started negotiating with Napalm, signing, the vision got more clear and the goal to actually release a full-length album. And then we, in last summer, kind of finished everything that was missing, let's say, and went to the studio, and now it's coming out within a week, so it's crazy.
I know, that's wild, right? Time goes quick, doesn't it? Like every year it seems to go faster. Like I can't even believe we're already in February.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about, like, I was watching the video for Cloud Reader, which that's a badass video, badass song. Tell us more about that song, because that's the newest single, right?
It is, yeah. Well, it's definitely a very approachable song in a way that it's pretty poppy in a way, right? Yeah, you got the catchy chorus. Still, there's like very intricate stuff going on if you dare to listen closely, which for me makes it one of my favorites. Maybe it's my favorite of the day. I mean, that stuff changes, right? As you sometimes
Right.
you can't stand the song anymore, and then you begin to love it again. I guess it's one of those songs that came to be in a very typical ILLUMISHADE manner, where Fabi had that verse. You had more, of course, but the verse part with the piano and the vocal melody that just struck me, and I knew that we have to do something with that, and then I just worked out an arrangement and took parts and changed parts, so it came about very naturally. I have to say I really like this song. I mean, I usually don't say that about a lot of songs that I personally was involved in, but
it's hard, right? It's hard to, like,
yeah,
you're your own worst critic anyway. So it's like,
sure.
even me, I'll do interviews, and like after the interview, they're like, "Oh my God, that was the best interview ever." And I'm like thinking in my head, I sucked.
We all do, yeah. I guess we all do, right? We think the same. We have the same patterns there, but this song, I can honestly say I still like it. I like to perform it live, even though it's kind of like a bitch to play. Also, I guess it's a song that is trying to be uplifting, telling about life in all its different stages without trying to be preachy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
because we definitely don't want to do that, but yeah, I guess it's our uplifting, positive hymn of this record, kind of.
see, and I love that, and that's more real anyway, because when you're preachy, it's not real. And I'm very much about positive stuff, but you can't force it. Like, you can tell if somebody's forcing it or not. Just like with musicianship, you watch bands up on stage, and you can tell if they're just going through the motions or they're just freaking loving what they're doing and they're in a zone. And that's the bands I like, the ones that are loving what they're doing in a zone.
Right.
I have to say too, okay, something caught my attention because it was funny, because I was saying in the beginning of the interview that, I travel on the off season. So last year I spent 2 months in the Netherlands because I love the Netherlands. And the apartment I rented was in Amstelveen. And I was like, oh man, this year, if it was last year, I could have gone to your show, because I didn't even know that there were shows in that town. Like, I walked the whole town, and I was like, I didn't even know there were shows, and I saw that, I'm like, wow, I wonder where that was. So how has it been on the road so far, and how are people accepting your new music?
Well, I think we can say it was such a cool tour. It was our first one, so we didn't really know what to expect. I think many things are learning by doing, and comes with experience, but I think we prepared really well. Shout outs to the guys with all the live equipment, everybody prepared, and we had a great team. We had a really cool like mini nightliner. That was
Nice.
Yeah, it was so good. We had a great crew, with our sound engineer, merch lady, everything. It was, I don't know, it just felt so good. Delane was very welcoming, very supportive. The crowds as well, I would say. I don't know, it was just really cool. And talking about Cloud Reader, I was actually amazed how well it is perceived live. Like you see the smile on the faces of the people, and it has the drive as well. I was, I think, a little bit skeptical, probably the most skeptical person in the band about Cloud Reader. They proved.
And why is that? What were you skeptical about?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that it's like the chorus is catchy, the length, everything is perfect for a single, like thinking in these kind of terms. I was just, I don't know, I had my doubts if it is a little bit too bright in some sense, but I think it's good. It's good. I'm happy we did it. I'm happy, especially Jonas was like really standing up for this song, and I'm happy that it went the way it went now.
Nice. And speaking of shows, coming up in March, you have a couple album release shows. So let's talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do. It's 2 shows in Switzerland. So one is in the French part, one in the German part, like hometown show in Zurich. And yeah, we're bringing 3 other great bands. So we bring our good friends from Ad Infinitum. We've played together before. We supported them on their album release show back in 21. Maybe?
I think so. Or 22.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's going to be great. Then we have Lire, which is the new project from Michalina Malish, who is a former hurdy-gurdy player in Helveti. We're bringing her along. Also, that's a super cool project to check out. And then we got Voice of Ruin. I think they're from the French part, right? From Switzerland. So yeah, it should be like a mini festival.
I love it. That sounds like a fun time to me. And then, okay, so I get back to the States in April because then I have to go on tour for festivals in the US in May. And then I have festivals in the UK in June and in August. And then I have one in the US in July. But you guys are going to be in North America in April.
Yeah.
So that's badass. You'll be all over the U.S., Canada. That's a pretty cool tour. Have you guys played in the U.S. or Canada before?
Not with ILLUMISHADE. Jonas and me, we were 2 times with Helveti over there, and I always love these tours. So I'm super curious when we will come with ILLUMISHADE, joining Corpiclani and Visions of Atlantis. So that's gonna be something. We're planning everything. It's many things to think about, and just can't wait because I mean, the Americans or Canadians, I mean, the passion for music and the energy during the concerts. I'm just really looking forward to that.
See, I love hearing that because over in the States, we all talk about Europe, and that's the place where the passion for the music is. So the bottom line is the passion is everywhere, you know? And I mean, and I also feel good now that I'm interviewing you because now I've done the hat trick because both the other bands that you're touring with in North America, I've already interviewed. So I've completed the trio for the tour.
That's cool.
Perfect.
So tell everybody how they hit you guys up on social media, on the web, how they can pre-order the album, everything you want them to know about promoting your merch and your albums and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, if you really want to do us a favor, you should pre-order the like the album now or the vinyl. Actually, I mean, it maybe by the time this interview comes out, the album is out because
We'll
I
get
don't.
it out quicker than that.
Oh, okay, okay.
So let's pre-order. I want them all to pre-order. They can't listen to my show unless they pre-order.
Very- no, I mean that supports us for sure. I mean, we've come up with a very reasonable idea to put out a double vinyl in 2024. That's
Yeah,
but
that's brave.
yeah. But in the end, we're all just music lovers and music nerds, and we know that the metal scene is still there's people who are like-minded. So yeah, we count on you out there.
Well,
uh,
listen, I'm one of those because I miss the days of when, like, listen, in the 80s, we used to love it when somebody came out with a double album. That was
right,
like the most killer thing. It was like you had to run out and get it because it was a double album. Nowadays, people to get through one song sometimes is an effort, and I think I think it's changing though. I think it's going back to, because of the resurgence of vinyl, people actually listening to albums, and I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. I agree, or I mean, I hope so as well. But having said that, if you are into Spotify and the streaming services, of course, you can find us on all of those, of course. I mean,
Yeah, Bandcamp as well, and we also do have an American band store, our own. So there we will even, yeah, I don't know, we will have the album as well. Actually, you can even pre-order it there, but we didn't push it that much yet. So yes, absolutely. As much as I know, it should be available on Amazon and stuff as well at some point.
Wow,
I don't
nice.
something like that. So yeah,
And
and you
is
find our bio on Instagram and so on, Facebook, everywhere on our.
we lost you for a second there.
Yeah,
You dropped off for a second, but you're back.
good.
yeah.
Everything got black. I'm back. That's good. Good.
How about TikTok? You guys got a TikTok?
We do.
Do-
We try.
What's the craziest TikTok that you did? Is there one?
Not really. We're just reposting.
yeah.
See now when you do this North American tour, you're just gonna have to like do TikToks in every city.
Right. Okay. That's a
Okay.
good. Thanks for the.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
It could be the TikTok tour of North America.
Right. Yeah. Let's do that actually, because we
There
need
you
to.
go.
We need to grow. Right.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Any final words you want to give our listeners that we haven't touched on yet that you want them to know about your band and your music?
Um.
That's the trick question right there. Right?
Yeah. That's. It.
Well, I'll tell you what I think the final words are is they have to go out and pre-order and buy Another Side of You, or else they have to go on another show to because they can't listen to my show. So
Right. Right. Yeah.
seriously, everybody check it out. Check out the video for Cloud Reader. You're gonna love it. Okay, it's badass. And that's coming from, as all my listeners know, an old school metalhead that it is kind of poppy, but it's cool. It's a cool kind of poppy. It's like, it's something that sticks in your head. That's what I got from it. So
Right.
everybody check it out. And thanks you guys for making such badass music. And thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipe Man.
Hey, thank you
Yeah,
so
man.
much.
It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.
We'll see you in the States, maybe, right?
Yeah, let's hope so. Are you going to be playing any festivals?
Not in the States, no.
No.
Oh,
So
bummer.
you're not back in the States, right? Then in April.
I'll be back in the States in April, except I don't think I'm going to be in Florida. I don't think you're going to be in Florida, but you're going to be starting off in Reading, PA, and then
Yeah.
going to New York City, as we call it. Like, I'm born in New York, we call it the city. Like, anybody in the United States, if you say the city, they know what city you're talking about. There's like, and if there's anybody that's like, which city? Like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
There's only one city. So I live in Florida. I drive by Miami, which is a cool place, but I'm like, they call that a city? That's not a city. Like, 'cause you
Right.
can drive by it and you missed it, you know? But where are you guys playing in New York, by the way?
I have
Do you
no
know?
clue. Maybe Gramercy.
I think
Do you know?
I can quickly check.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after New York, you go to Boston, and then Montreal. Montreal is one of my favorite cities in the world.
Oh
too.
yeah, that's always also the people. Yeah, show will be great for sure. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I love Montreal.
Yeah.
So you guys will be in Reading, PA, New York City, Boston, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Pontiac, Michigan, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, Winnipeg, Regina, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, Phoenix, Denver, Lincoln, Nebraska, Joliet, Illinois. There's a lot of badass cities in that tour.
Yeah.
Like, there's
It's long.
those are like the major cities to go to, except like, you know, Lincoln, Nebraska, but you got to play there.
Good old, yeah. I
Yeah, by
mean,
the way, the Gramercy, I quickly checked.
yeah, it is right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gramercy's cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah, 100%. Well,
Yeah.
you guys are badass, and man,
you
can't
are,
wait
man.
till you get to North America. And everybody, make sure to get the new album because you will love it.
Yes, thank you guys.
Well, thanks
And
a
see
lot.
you on the road. Yeah.
even old school metalheads like it, as you proved.
There it is.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.